Welcome back to Profit Punch. In this video, we're going to study and see why copper stocks might be some of the biggest gainers in the next 2 to 3 years. And this is the time to buy. If you're looking for stocks to make a lot of money in 2026, I am going to make a very huge case for why copper stocks are the ones to buy. We're going to see which stocks to buy, and then we're also going to study where to get in, when to add to your positions, and when to get out. But to fully understand why this is important, let us first look at gold. So we can see that here, gold, this is a monthly chart of gold. We can see that this is a cap and a handle, right? And this handle took 4 years, a consolidation where gold sat down for 4 years. And as soon as it broke out in 2024, gold has gone up 122%. This is better than the stock market. This is better than anything out there currently. It has outperformed Bitcoin and has outperformed a lot of other commodities. And I don't think this move is finished because this is a huge cup and handle all the way from 2011. So I think that this move is going to go on for a very long time. I think gold could even reach 9,000, right? Because the currency is being the best. This is what happened in Germany. Now, after you see this chart, one thing you should also learn is that once you see this flat breakout over here, when you see a flat breakout that has a flat line like this, is literally the most trustworthy breakout, and you can risk a lot of your money like that. The next chart I want to show you is a copper chart. This is copper monthly. Do you see something similar? I do. I see a long cap with a handle. And this is also something called a vertical contraction pattern, where a commodity or a stock makes smaller contractions. So the first time copper dropped, it dropped about 50%. The second time it drops, it does only 30%. The third time it drops, it does about 25%, and it makes smaller drops. 17% makes a smaller drop, 14%, then finally makes this drop of just about 12%, and then we can see a breakout on volume, right? So volume is a very good sign that shows that a lot of people are behind this, and now it is going to all-time highs. Copper has never reached this price. We also see this consolidation here that is all the way from 2021 to 2026, right? So this is 5 years, and normally what I've found is that the stock will move about half the time in that consolidation. So this is a monthly chart. And if you want to know when to get in, you can go to the weekly chart and blah, blah, blah. We can also see here when copper broke out of this consolidation here, copper went up about 380%. So I'm expecting to see a very huge move from copper. So that means that copper would go, if it repeated that same move, it would go up to about $22. And copper is currently $5. So I'm excited to see where this leads us. Also, once it broke out, it came and tested the breakout level, which is something we see, and then it has gone all-time high. So it's a very good time to buy. Now, when a commodity moves, then stocks that mine that commodity will move as well. So since gold moves, then if I show you a gold stock like A, you're going to see something similar as well. So from 2024, when gold did a breakout, we can see gold went up 150%. What has AU done? It has gone up 250%. If I show you another gold stock like SBSW, you can see something similar, right? So gold broke out, SBSW, from the time gold broke out, have also done 236%. We can go to another gold stock like HMY. Gold broke out in 2024. HMY had this nice cup and a handle. You just buy here at $4. Currently, it's up 377%, right? So once a commodity moves, then you can look for a stock that is breaking out in that commodity. And normally those stocks will also have their patterns which are very similar to that commodity's pattern. So now, onto the copper stocks. So to profit from copper, you can either use a copper ETF like CPER, which is definitely having its breakout too. These green candles mean that there's a lot of volume behind this. So this is a very good time to buy. So you can just load up your position on a monthly chart, as you can see, or you can look for a stock, and one stock is HBM. So HBM, you can see this huge consolidation, this huge resistance here. It has tried to break out one time, it failed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finally, it breaks out. And then before it broke out, you can see that it has this support level over here. Copper HBM has had this support. So it bounces up this support and then keeps consolidating here. We can see higher lows as well. These are all signals. When you're studying stocks, you want all the signals to be on your side. Okay, I don't see a trend line over here, but maybe disconnect of a trend line. So you see, keeps bouncing off this support and then finally breaks out. So a good time to buy. HBM was, of course, 8.92, but that was missed. Whenever this moves like this happen, you can always keep adding to your position whenever it pulls back to the 50-day simple moving average. HBM is broken out. This is a very good time to buy the stock. So here we do have a weekly chart as well. The time to buy was around here, 9.61. Then also here it has pulled back to the 10-week moving average, also 15.7 was the time to buy. So I would also wait for a pullback again to really make it a very huge position, because right now it's overextended. So it's not a good time to buy immediately, but this is a good hold over a long term. So you can start building your position even if you're scared. The next stock, so HBM is my top choice. The second top choice is TGB. So let's look at the monthly chart. So you can see something very similar as well. We can see this resistance over here, right? Oops, I already drew the line. You can see the higher lows, and then it finally breaks out in volume. This is the time to buy. Here, it could have had a stop of about just 10%, and then currently you should be up about 80%, right? Of course, if you're watching this video, you're probably late to the move. So what you want to do is you want to wait for a pullback to the 50-day simple moving average. So you can do that on the weekly chart. This pullbacks to the 50-day at times to add to the position. Now, of course, this is the move which I think is going to go for a very long time. So I think that soon as this stock pulls back, it's a good time to add, and then you can make that huge position. It's not good to enter stocks when they're overextended like this, because you're likely to be caught in the pullback. So just be patient. Once it pulls back, maybe 20%, then you can start building your position for the long run. So in this video, just to summarize, we've seen the 3 ways you can participate in this. So you can use a copper ETF. So the copper ETF is currently not super overextended, so you can use that to enter your copper, right? That's the first move. The second one is to look for HBM stop. That's when it's overextended, so wait for it to pull back to the 50-day simple moving average, because it has already broken out. Then it has had a couple of strong wicks. TGB is doing the same thing as well. If you're in Europe and you're watching this video, there are these leveraged ETFs, 3HCL, which is a leveraged copper ETF. So these leveraged copper ETFs can give you a very huge return for these very nice moves. So if you have access to this, it would be a great opportunity for you. If you found value in this video, sign up for the Profit Point newsletter. I'll show you exactly where to buy and where to sell, and how to learn so that you can do this on your own. May the markets be with you.